Hey guys, what's up? Dylan Goo here, and welcome back to the Toon Shading tutorial series. This is Archibald, and we are going to be adding the outlines to his now toon shaded body, and head and scarf and carrot nose and all that stuff. So each object is going to get its own outline as per our wishes. Yeah, he's going to be using a technique called backface culling. So we'll go over that right now. So first things first. What you want to do is you want to create a new material, and I'm gonna start with the body, we're gonna create a new material, and it'll be the second material of the body, and we don't have to assign it to anything. It's gonna be unassigned right now. It's just kind of there. So with this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and turn on transparency and make that 0, and then I'm gonna turn off specular. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and make it shadeless actually. And then we're going to go ahead and turn on the nodes option thing. So now I'm going to go ahead and press the control left arrow key, and that'll bring us to the material node editor. So here you have the node editor, and if it's not showing the materials, go ahead and click this pink globe here under the node editor settings, and it might be on this one. Just go ahead and open this one, and you'll be able to see this kind of material tab and this output tab. Or node, I should say. That being said, let's go ahead and go here under the material node and select the material we just created, which is material.001, and that will be, yeah, that's the one. And then I'm going to go ahead and make sure that these colors are, black or whatever color you want to make it, as long as it's not white, so we can see it, just for testing purposes. I went ahead and turned the specular down to 0 just in case, but it's shadeless, so it doesn't really matter. And by 0 I mean turning it to black. I think it starts out with white, but you definitely don't need that. So let's go ahead and change that to black. Change that to black as well, just in case. Not really necessary. Also turn that off because I hate specular. It ruins the whole look. So I'm just making sure specular is definitely off, and let's go ahead and add what is called a geometry node. So go ahead and hit Shift A, and then go to Input Geometry, and then we have this wonderful geometry node, and you don't have to worry about any of these things except for the very last one that says front/back. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect this node into the alpha node right here, and as you can see, nothing happened, and that's because we haven't assigned this material to anything yet, so nothing is really reflecting it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to the modifiers tab, and we're going to add a solidify modifier. Now this solidify modifier will add a layer of geometry on top of our current mesh. So that's cool, but it just kind of makes them fatter right now, which is not what we want. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hit this flip normals button, which is great. And as you can see, nothing happened, but let's go ahead and make sure that this backface culling checkbox is checked. Notice how it's literally called backface culling, which is exactly what we're doing right now. And now you can see that he's not getting fatter, but rather this extra kind of layer is happening behind him. So he's getting this outline, but it's not blocking anything. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make sure this value is positive, so it kind of goes inwards a little bit. You can also make it go outwards a little bit, but I noticed that you get into some errors with clipping, so might as well keep it kind of the same size as you wanted it, and then just eat into the original geometry a little bit, and we can get that there. But instead of this material here, we're going to go ahead and change this to 1. So now you have this black outline. I'm going to go ahead and full screen that with Shift Space, and as you can see, there's a black outline for this character that dynamically adapts to what angle you're viewing it at. So which is really cool. It's like, for example, this little arm line here is not visible when you look at it from below. But it becomes visible when it becomes relevant. So this basically operates using a principle of flipped normals, where you only see the inside of the geometry, and if you're looking at it from the outside, you see through the face that is facing you, or you see through the face that is on the outside of the cylinder, and then you look inside the cylinder and you see the inside the geometry, sorry, and you see the other side. And that other side is, since it's slightly bigger than the inside geometry, you can see the outline there. So that is a pretty cool thing that you can do to any character, and it's super easy to set up. You have the solidify modifier, the material index offset, the flip normals, and the backface culling. And yeah, that's it. So if we go ahead and hit Shift Z, we can see how this renders out as well. And as you can see, this actually kind of ruins our shadows. This geometry that's over our mesh essentially has blocked all sources of light, and the entire body is now encased in shadow. So that's not what we want, and it's not accurately shown in the viewport either. But it will be I think it will if we make it big enough. No, it doesn't. Well, anyway, so what we want is for that to be invisible to light. And of course, we do that by unchecking this traceable option. Same thing with the whole shadows thing with the eyes and the buttons. If we uncheck this traceable, it will no longer cast shadows, which, lo and behold, I'm going to hit Shift Space here, solves our problem. Since it no longer casts shadows, it no longer blocks the light, and the light can now come in and affect our geometry on the inside just fine. So everything is solved. Yay! Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go back over to our default view, and I am going to go ahead and apply this solidify modifier to everything if I can. So a quick way to do that, real quick, I'm going to go ahead and link these two so that this guy has the second material, which is very important. Oh wait, hang on. Gotta select this one first. And then select the body second, and then link those two. So now this guy has the second material. Just an easy way to do that. I tend to be very lazy. I'm going to add this solidify flip normals, index offset, and I'm just going to add this a little bit more thickness to that. There we go. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, okay, cool. And then for this one, I'm just going to manually add it because I should. Oh, let's go ahead and rename this to line layer. That's what I usually call mine. My backface culling layer. So the line layer, I'm going to go ahead and add another solidify modifier to that. Flip normals, material index offset, thickness. Alrighty, looking pretty good. Same thing here. And we're just going to keep doing this. Until we have everything with a thing. That's a word, and I'm going to use it. Okay, cool. Everything looks good. Yeah, make sure there's no crazy artifacts or anything like that. The buttons, I could do the buttons. I don't really think the buttons are necessary because they're already black, and it's fine. Oh, the caret, though. We definitely need to do it for the caret. I'm not going to do it for the eyes because the eyes are meant to just be circles, and adding a layer around the circles just doesn't really add anything to it anyway. So to the characters. So let's just go ahead and add that. Flip normals, material index. There we go. Perfect. Cool. So one thing you'll notice that is an issue is there's a bit of clipping. So the clipping issues here, as you can see, no matter what you do, the geometry is going to be clipping with the other geometry. Same thing with the nose here. The geometry clips with that geometry, this clips with that, and you can see it, and it looks kind of ugly. So you have this situation where your beautiful backface culling solution doesn't exactly work all the time. So here we have another issue with the hat. You know, it kind of clips into the head, and then you never see the black again because it's past the head now. So those small little situations are a little bit annoying, but we can solve them. Although before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and add an outline to this as well. And speaking of which, you'll notice this already has a solidify modifier. So you think, oh, why don't I just do that to here and do that to here? But you actually don't want to do that because this is affecting the actual thickness of the mesh itself. So what you want to do is, oh geez, so what you want to do is you want to add a new solidify modifier on top of that, and then flip normals, index offset, and affect that differently. So because it does a very different thing when you have two versus if you affect the old one. So anyway, that is that. And now with this backface culling technique here that we have on Archie, I think we can move on to the next section, because while this works for a lot of things, there's going to be situations, like I mentioned before, where the backface culling doesn't work. So we need a solution for that. And what we're going to be doing actually is we're going to be taking care of that solution in post. So the way you render these parts that need these outlines that don't currently fit with the backface culling solution, that will be done through render layers and through compositing nodes. So we'll do that in a later video, but that's basically it for backface culling, which sets up your outlines for you. And this eyeball is really creeping me out, man. It's really just, there we go, much better, looks great. So yeah, in the next video, what we're going to be doing actually is we're going to be setting up I want to make him look a little bit less creepy actually. I'm going to add some stuff to his eyeballs, and then we're going to go ahead and modify the colors of the backface culling outline a little bit to give him a little bit softer of a feel. Right now he looks a lot like the original concept art, which looking back on it is not exactly the friendliest looking snowman. It could look a lot better. So what we're going to be doing is modifying the colors a little bit for the backface culling, and then we're going to be working on the rendering portion after that. So thanks very much. I hope you guys enjoyed this part. I'll see you guys in the next one.